Welcome back to Christy's Beautiful Life. This is day number 13. And so we're going to do this layout for you today. I was thinking I was one day behind, but I'm looking at my computer and it's day 13 and I am day 13, so yippee skippy me. So this is my grandson, and one day I said, do you want to read a book? And so he got all of them, and so he's very proudly carrying them over. He dropped half of them, but it was so fun. So this is the sketch I'm using today. It is by Amee Jay, and at first glance it looks like I did not use a sketch, but what I did do was, if you rotate it. So one way that you can alter a sketch is if you rotate it, because my pictures were all up and down and I had so many cute ones. So you can see that I am using an 8.5 by 11, so I don't have as much on there. And I've talked about that before. When you reduce the size of your sketch or increase the size of your pictures, you're going to lose a little bit. But you can see that they have 5 pictures on here. Actually, they have 6 and I have 5, and then I decided to stretch the sketch and actually make it a 2-page. So I've kind of treated this 2-page layout as a 1-page layout. So you can see that I have the strip, and I'm interpreting this as vellum, and I found this really cool vellum. So when I put it on the white, because I have a white base, my vellum didn't show up, and so my options were, I tried inking my vellum. I'll show you all the things that I tried. I tried inking my vellum, and it just kind of made it look dirty. But then I remembered I had this vellum from my Close to My Heart days, and it's out of, I believe it was called Rustic, something rustic, and really nice vellum. The silver didn't necessarily match, so I just turned it over on the edge and I inked the edge, and I really liked how it turned out. And now that I'm looking at that, I'm seeing oh no, it's right there. Okay, so in order for me to do this layout, I am going to do the left side, which isn't really very close to what they had, but it does show kind of how I did this. And I kind of pre-planned my clusters because that is the thing that I struggle with the most. And this, they did not have, she didn't have this in her sketch, but it was the perfect thing, and it really gets the spirit of this layout, which is so many books, so little time. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm using for the base of my book, and this is an alphabet book, so I will be working on this a very long time. I'm only up to letter B, so I'm making him an alphabet book, but instead of just having B as for bear and showing a bear, I'm actually showing him, because he likes to look at his cute little self. So I started off with Stampin' Up's 8.5 by 11 cardstock, just cardstock that you'd make cards out of. I do not make cards, but I do like their 8.5 by 11. I do my print and cut, and it's a good quality cardstock, and it never runs, or it never runs. It's not afraid. So this is how I started. So I cut my cardstock. So this is Cozy Up. It is a kind of a book themed layout, and this is the hero paper. It was, I believe it was the bulk. Let me look on the back. No, it wasn't the bulk. And I cut it at 7.5 by 12, and then I cut it in half and divided it. I went ahead and did my cluster first, just because I was playing around with it and it stuck. And I included a bird, and the reason I included a bird, if I find a butterfly, I'll stick it on there too, because when we're looking at this book, we are going to find the things that start with B, like boy and bird and all the things. So I'm going to go ahead and get this. I have to make sure that my book is right here like this. Okay. So, and I wrote this down. I believe I started this one. It is at it's down 9.25 inches. I don't want to down too much, because it's kind of it's a little heavier at the bottom, I have more stuff at the bottom than I do at the top. So I am going to put this, I'm going to start my, at 9 1/4 is where I'm going to do this. So the vellum that I added to give the look that she had, I really like that. I thought that looked really good. And I did splatter a little bit with some, but you can't see it very much. I might add some stamping to it later. A lot of times after I go off screen, I will look at it and add things. So the final version is always the version of the picture that you see it when you come on. So I'm going to do 9 1/4 right here. And this I cut at 2 inches and then I tore it. I love torn vellum and I just inked it with espresso. So I'm going to add that too. That's the back side of that paper. I kind of went crazy with that paper because I was a librarian by trade, and eventually I'm going to do a career book, so to speak. And I had so many books, and it's great. It's great paper to even fussy cut out. Okay, so I'm going to put that, and I'm going to put him right here. It's going to be right there. And look at how big this book is. He loves to get under the blanket and cover him up, and then he's a happy, happy boy. I'm going to put that right there. So I'm going, the picture is 1/4 in. I want to make sure that before I glue this down and totally commit, I'm going to put, so this is, I don't know if you can see this picture. Here he is carrying all the all the books, and then they kind of fell down, and then he tried to, no, I guess he's carrying all the books, and then he kind of dropped them, and then at the end this is him standing over all the ones. And so after he gets them, instead of bringing to me, then he gets kind of fascinated with the fact, well, let's organize all of them. And it's kind of fun because all of his favorite books are right there. So that is kind of a fun, you try to get pictures of things that real life. Okay, so this, I'm going to have it a little bit above. I'm going to have it hang off because it's going to go right around his cute little head. And that one's going to go right there. And I guess I will have a touch. I think I will have a touch. So that can go just like that. And that kind of holds my thing in place. I do like touchy-feely things. He's got the Cat in the Hat and Go Dog Go and You're Not My Mother. I don't see, another book that he really likes is there's a bear, and it's I Lost My Book, and it's under the bed. And he immediately, it was so funny because I've read that book to several of the other little kids that hang out in my house, and he is super, super observant. So Stampin' Up! Has really cute Winnie the Pooh paper right now. And so when I got it, he looks at that paper and he's kind of sad, and he goes, oh, they didn't put Roo on that paper. And so he looks at the paper and he says, where's Roo? Do you think his mommy misses him? So he is super, super observant. I want this to go, well, see how I don't like the yellow to show up on my bee. So I'm kind of in a quandary. I might, yes, see what I'm trying to avoid. And then I'm going to put is for. So that page went together super fast. And it doesn't, see, this also shows, I followed it fairly well. See how you can make some of these pictures. If you had a larger picture, like I have a larger picture, you can still follow that sketch. So, all right. And see, this is kind of like the title. Yeah. So I did kind of follow it. So this cluster is, this is, I think it's Simple Stories. I got it some things at a garage sale my friend was having, which I highly recommend. You know, after you don't want to collect everything, so find a friend. Find a friend that has your style, and help a girl out and look in her stash, and she can look in yours. The only thing I think scrapbooking at times can be kind of wasteful. Oops! I forgot my little brown strip, and it's going to go right under here. And I did that because I just didn't think, the red doesn't show up very well on the yellow. And somebody that knows a lot about color could tell me why. I need to change my whisker blades because I'm getting the fuzzies. See when you get these fuzzies, this means your blade needs to be changed. And I could ink it, sometimes I ink it, but we're doing this live, so we won't. One of these days I want to do edit and voiceover so you don't have to hear me ramble so much. I'm not going to waste this. I'm just going to put it right like that. And then I'm going to put some at the top as well. It does cover up my vellum, which I'm kind of sad for, but you know, I am doing an 8.5 by 11. So this year is probably, I always was a 12 by 12 scrapbooker, but I do like the 8.5 by 11s because it's, you can find, I find the albums, I put albums up at garage sales and wherever I can find them because they're super expensive, and I do gift a lot of them, and so I found a few 8.5 by 11, and when I started using them I really like them. Another size I really like is the 8 by 8s, so I'm going to put that right there. Okay. Now I'm going to figure out where to put this. Is 4. And so I have, book is going to go over here. And we want that all, of course we want everything to line up. Book. See what I mean by, I have the top is more bare, and it probably needs something, and I'll probably have to think about that. I might add it later. Can you see what I'm doing here? Okay, normally I run this through the Xyron, and I know I bought a Xyron, but can I find it? No. Okay. Is 4. B is 4. I'm just going to kind of, and I like this little heart, like at the top of the eye. Okay. Let's get this lined up before I put the book down, because I think that's the one thing that I think might change a little bit. And the other thing that's nice about 8.5 by 11s is it's so much easier to video, because I always forget what I'm doing and get off screen. Okay, so let's line up everything. So we're going to line up this strip. First we're going to put our yellow down. Gotta dump my little guy off. And see, you can see this. So I am just adding this to the back. Remember vellum, when you go to adhere it, they have vellum adhesive, supposedly that doesn't show up, but I've never. It all shows through. You have to have something on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to adhere it, and you can see how I inked it. I need to ink down the edges. And that was just a scrap I had in there, so it was a win-win. So I'm going to put this lined up right here with this. And this was one 12 by 12 piece. This was an 8 by 12, and then I cut it in half. I'm going to put that down. Then I'm going to add my little brown strips. So this side actually looks more like the sketch. And remember Christy's Beautiful Life? I'm trying to, there's a playlist, and one of these days I'll figure out how to add it to mine so we can just pop down and see all of them. See, I don't know if I should, I don't really like how that looks at the bottom. I'm not going to take that down because I might decide to hack it off there. But that decision is not, I am not a real decisive person, so if I don't know about something, I will do it after I film, because otherwise you just sit and watch me think, which it may or may not be a fun thing to do. I think it has to, I did it there. I left it. I think it's going to look better if I stop. But then, no. I'm just going to, I'll probably cover that up because I really don't like it. So that is a decision to be made on another day. Okay, then we're going to go right across here. I'll just cover up that end because I don't like how it looked. But I needed, the brown kind of centers everything. So I did need this brown strip. And it is the back of the cranberry. So let's do that. And we'll hack that off right there. It's not going to stay, but that is definitely going to have to be covered up. That's going to drive me crazy. Okay. B is for, and I've lost my K. Oh, no, I haven't. Here it is. B, oh, okay. B is for book. Okay. See, I don't like how those letters go up on that. That's going to drive me crazy, but it is what it is. Okay. I might find the center and put that. I'm going to change that. And I will put a white piece right here because I don't like how that looks, but I'll do that off screen. You'll see what I mean. Or I could. Okay. B is for. I had to think about it. I really don't like that, but okay. That's a decision for later. Okay. So here's my little guy's picture. He's getting the books. They're so, and he said heavy. Yes. Okay, so that one goes there. And these are, I believe, the pictures are like, I printed them at 2 3/4, but I had to trim them down. Oh, this is, because otherwise I can't get this other one on here. And I do have a few more pictures. I mean, there is a whole pictures of him dropping them and picking them up and dropping them and picking them up. So I will probably put a flip-flop so that I can put all those pictures on there, because it was really a cute little series of him and his exploits. So what if I did, let's see if I like this any better. Is it better if the books are, no? Okay. So that's going to have to go there. And then this one's going to go up right up there. All right. So I'm going to glue all of this down later. I need to add, I will add, what I can do is maybe add this to like that. It does need some embellishment, but I am kind of at a 20-minute rule. So anyway, this is my layout, and I hope you can see how I actually followed the sketch. She has some flowers, and I'm going to put something here. So I'd like to add a cluster, maybe a little book cluster here, or maybe I will add books and maybe flowers right here, because she has a cluster. Well, she runs it this way, like I've ran it. See how she's ran it this way? She has a cluster on this side, and so it does need a cluster on this side, and I will figure that out, and when you actually come on, you'll see what I came up with. But I'm going to go ahead and close for now, because I really don't know how I'm going to fix my different clusters. But that is day number 13, and today is 13, so I will stop obsessing over this one layout and continue on. Thanks so much. I hope you'll like and subscribe to my channel, and we will chat with you later. Thanks. Bye.